Vanakkam. Hi friends, welcome back to Nageshwari's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a vlog. So I'm going back to work after 10 months. I'm going back to work. Just a start. I'll show you what are all the things that I do during working day, and also I will cover a recipe of fish biryani. I'm going to cook fish biryani for dinner today. I marinated fish already, so I will show all the procedures in this video. Don't skip this video. Keep watching. Before that, if you're watching Nageshwari's Kitchen for the first time, please subscribe to Nageshwari's Kitchen and press the notification bell symbol. You will get notified whenever I post my new videos. Let's get into the video.
Let's start the marination. I have taken 400 grams of barramundi fish. This is a boneless fish. You can take with bone as well. I'm adding some salt and half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder. You can adjust it according to your taste. If you don't like too spicy, you can add Kashmiri chili powder as well. You will get a bright color and also it will be less spicy. And I'm adding 1 tablespoon of fresh home ground ginger garlic paste. Mix this well and then cover it, keep it in the fridge, and we will start to cook in the evening. Fish will be juicy and tender.
I'm going to drive now to the station.
While going to the station, I saw these beautiful birds. It's more than 100 birds at one place. I'm driving this route for nearly 3 years now, but I have never seen such a beautiful the gatherings of birds. I just stopped my car and I started to take this video. So whenever the car passes through, they just going up to the electric cables, and after that they started to coming down to these plants. The greenish plant with the white color bird. It was so amazing and so beautiful. It was so refreshing as well in the mornings. I just wanted to show you all, and many of my friends and relatives, they wanted to see Melbourne and how I go to work and all those activities. So I'm covering all these only for them. If you're interested, please leave that in the comment section below so I can do more like these videos in future. So this is I took this video like 1 month before, so the trains are almost empty. Only few of them were going back to work. But now the current status is most of them going back to work. At least I will say 50% of people is going back to work. So the trains are like 50 to 60% is covered. But I'm traveling with the V line, so always it's not many people in V line, so only during peak hours you will see most of the people will be traveling towards city. And this I will show you different trains. That is, blue color is the metro train and the purple color is V line. So V line is goes towards to the countryside, and also it's a express train. We for to me V line is easy, so I will travel only like 20 minutes. If I take metro train, it will take around 40 minutes from my place. But if you want to go to different stations, I will suggest metro train, and you will get more frequent trains. But V line, you don't get frequent trains, so it's you can decide which line you want to go to. But this is a Southern Cross station. I just wanted to show to many people who wants to see Melbourne. So this is the railway station of Southern Cross. It's a very big railway station. Southern Cross and Flinders both are a big station. So whoever wants to change the train, they always come to Southern Cross or Flinders Street. There are more beautiful buildings in city. I'll show more of these in my future videos. And there is a shopping center just close to the station. It's called a DFO, Direct Factory Outlet. So there will be the more sales always will be going on. This is my one of my favorite place in city. Who don't love, who doesn't like shopping? So I love that too. And I always miss these stairs and everything. Whenever I travel to anywhere, whatever the urgency is, I never take escalators. I always take steps or stairs. It's good for your health as well. I love that. I love to do that. And you will see more trams going everywhere in the city. If you want to travel to small stations, you can just use trams. So I'm going to go back to work and I'll see you in the evening. Let's start to prepare our fish biryani. Take a pan, add around 6 to 7 tablespoons of oil. We are going to use the same oil for to make the dum as well. So add enough oil. Add in all the marinated fish pieces. Do not overload. Try to maintain some gap between the fish, otherwise it will leave lot of moisture. We don't want that. So just fry the fish on both sides. Take a stock pot, add enough water, add around 4 bay leaves. This is Shai Jeera. It's a fine, it's not a cumin seeds, it's a kind of cumin seed, but it's called Shahi Jeera. You can find that in Indian grocery shops. And add enough salt. When you taste the water, it should be really salty. So that much salt you have to add. Let the water boil. Meanwhile, we will soak the rice. I have soaked around 5 cups of basmati rice. Soak at least for 15 to 20 minutes. So by the time the water will get boiled also, and also we can finish frying our fish. So do simultaneously so that your cooking time will be really quick and you will prepare yummy biryani within 20 minutes. So turn to the other side. See, the masala is coated to the fish perfectly. If you want to keep some just the fried fish, you can keep it separately as well. I'm going to keep a few pieces for my kids. They love fried fish and also fish biryani, so I'm going to keep both of them. So the water is boiling now. It has to boil. Don't add before the stage. It has to boil, then add the rice. We are going to cook the rice for 10 minutes, not more than that. The rice, I will show you the consistency once is cooked. We are going to cook only to 70%, 70 to maximum 80%. Do not overcook the rice. You will get a mashed consistency. So cook the rice perfectly. That's very important in biryani process. The fish is done. Um, for biryani, we are not going to cook fish fry 100%. We are going to cook only 80%. If you want to eat the fry, then cook perfectly. But for biryani, do not overcook. Just cook 80% and keep it in the plate. So I'm not adding any tissue paper because this is for biryani. So I want all the flavor and spices to my biryani, so that's why I'm not using tissue paper. To the same oil, I'm adding around 4 sliced onion. In this recipe, most of the vegetables that I'm cooking today is from my garden. So the bay leaves, onion, green chili, garlic, capsicum, even for the raita, cucumber, all these vegetables are from my garden. Isn't it so good? I just love it. The taste of organic homegrown vegetable is always just awesome. Try to grow more in your garden and you will enjoy the taste of fresh vegetables from your garden. So the rice consistency should be like this. When you break it, it should break, but it should not just break like into two pieces. If you just smash it, it should be perfectly mashed. So the rice consistency should be like this. Cook only 10 minutes, not more than that. Once the water is boiled, add rice. Just turn off the flame in 10 minutes. Strain it completely. Now let's get into prepare the masala. The onion is almost cooked. It's going to caramelize soon. To this, I'm going to add ginger garlic paste. We have already added 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste during the marination. Here I'm adding only 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. For fish biryani, you don't need too much of ginger garlic paste. For if you're cooking chicken or lamb or goat biryani, I definitely recommend to add double the quantity of what I added now for fish biryani. So for other meats, you need more of ginger garlic paste. But for seafood, if you are cooking fish or prawn, do not add too much. Just 2 tablespoons is more than enough. Once the raw smell of ginger garlic paste disappears, now add fresh handful of mint leaves and coriander leaves. So the mint and coriander leaves also from my garden. So almost 90% of ingredients from my garden. I am so happy, and even these tomatoes are from my garden as well. Isn't it so amazing? So try to grow more in your garden as well. I'll show you some of my harvesting videos soon. Then you will get some encouragement then to grow in your garden as well. We can grow plenty of vegetables in Melbourne as well. So the tomato has to cook perfectly. It should get mashed consistency. So cook until that. To this, I'm going to add 1 capsicum. Just chop them roughly. This capsicum also from my garden. Capsicum to seafood biryani, it gives you nice flavor and also texture. Don't skip this method. Always add for fish biryani or prawn biryani. So to both of these biryani, try to add capsicum. Not for meat biryani. I don't recommend for chicken or goat biryani. I will suggest to add only for seafood biryani. Add around half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and 1 tablespoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, not too much because we added already to our marination. So you can adjust it according to your taste. I'm going to add some green chilies as well at the end. So maintain to your spicy level. So you can adjust it accordingly. Mix this well. We are not going to cook too much because we are going to keep this in the dum cooking as well, dum process as well. It will cook there for another 20 minutes over there, so do not cook too much. Only the caramelizing onion and tomatoes are really important in this process. Now I am adding green chilies. It's also from my garden. So as you all might have guessed, just add at the end. Now turn off the flame. Now let's start to prepare the dum processing. Take the same pan that I cooked the rice in this stock pot. So I'm using the same pan. Add just 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil at the bottom to avoid sticking. Add half a portion of rice in this and then arrange your fried fish. If you're cooking huge quantity, I will recommend to do it in a 2 layer process. But here I have already taken some fish pieces for my kids to eat as it is. So I'm going to put only 1 layer. So I'm going to arrange all the fish pieces in 1 layer. So you can decide how you want to do it. Arrange it perfectly and do not throw the oil. Just add into your rice. That's very important. It will give you nice flavor and aroma to your biryani. Now add in the cooked masala on top of the fish. It looks so good. It's so colorful and we have not added any food color. Do not try not to add food color in your cooking or even when you're baking cakes or anything because it's not good for your health. Try to avoid. Only in some cases it's okay, but don't do that in a regular basis. Just cover the fish with the masala. Taste the salt consistency. If you feel if you want more, you can add it at this stage. And add in the rest of the rice. I wanted to add some more salt, that's why I'm adding here. It's going to cook in dum process for 20 minutes, so we don't have to mix it. I'm going to add the rest of the rice. The rice is really hot. I just used my hand, but I managed to take out all of them. Don't do the same mistake. Please use a spoon to take your rice. It's really, really hot. Add in the second layer and spread it nicely. Look at the rice consistency. It's so the grains are perfect and it's so lengthy. It looks amazing. And the rice, the salt consistency to the rice is perfect as well. That's really important. And just spread it. Add some fresh coriander and mint leaves on top of it. It will give you nice flavor to your biryani. Don't skip this method. I'm going to use a store-bought fried onion. You can make fried onion at your house as well. This is my working day, so I don't have enough time to do these fried onions. So I'm using store-bought fried onion, just one handful on top, and just half a tablespoon of ghee. Um, my husband, he can't eat too much of ghee, that's why I'm adding just half a tablespoon. But if you love a ghee, I will suggest to add at least 2 tablespoons of ghee on top of it. I'm using banana leaves to cover, and you with the banana leaf flavor and taste, you will get so good. The taste will be really, really perfect if you can get banana leaves. Try to cover and cook the dum process for 20 minutes. So I have kept a flat pan underneath to this biryani pot, and the flame is to the low level. So keep the flame on low and keep one flat pan underneath your biryani pot. Cover it with aluminum foil, or you can just put your plate and then put some water in a pot on top of the plate. So by doing this aluminum foil method, it will be really fast, and also the cleaning process is easy as well. So I follow this method. You can choose whatever the method that you're comfortable. So I'm taking out after 20 minutes. Let's check the biryani. I'm waiting to see my biryani, and my son loves fish biryani. He always asks for fish biryani. So especially for him, I cooked this one today. When I open this, the flavor is really outstanding. It's because of banana leaves, the ghee, the fried onion, the mint and coriander leaves that we added in on top. It's cooked perfectly. Turn off the flame. Uh, wait. Don't use the plastic ladles. Try to use the sharp stainless steel or plastic spoons. So I just realized, and then I removed my wooden spoon, and then I'm using my stainless steel sharp edge spoon. So try to use that to avoid breakage of rice. Look at the grains of rice, it looks so perfect, and it's ready to serve. My yummy, delicious, super quick fish biryani is ready to serve. Let's enjoy our food. Look at the fish, it's not broken into pieces, it's perfectly done, and the masala is perfectly cooked as well. To this biryani you don't need any gravy or anything. To me, to this biryani, just one raita is more than enough. Add and more vegetables of cucumber, tomato, green chili, onion, carrots. Just chop them finely and add thick curd. Mix it well with some salt and light pepper and chaat masala. That's more than enough. It's perfectly done. I'm going to enjoy my biryani, and me and my family going to enjoy this biryani with some raita on side. I always add more chilies to my raita. I love raita with more green chilies on it. So it's ready to serve. Do try at your home as well. Please leave that in the comments.
I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you think so, please thumbs up and share with your friends. Please subscribe to Nageshwari's Kitchen and I will see you on another video. Bye.